Mask.
Check.
Gloves.
Check.
Sanitizer.
Check.
Tissues.
Check.
Thermometer.
Check.
Aspirin.
Check.
Mouthwash. Mouthwash. No mouthwash?
Sorry, forgot the mouthwash.
Unacceptable, Stella. You can't forget anything. Not a single thing. One mistake, and this thing can get you.
Thing? Why do you call it a thing?
Because that's what it is, a thing, a virus. What would you call it?
An entity.
That is trying to kill you.
Well, and you consider it bad?
Of course, it wants to destroy us. What would you say it is?
I'd say it's just something that's trying to survive, doing what's natural.
Said the lion to his prey.
Exactly. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. So don't take it personally. I don't.
Well, I'm sure the virus thanks you for that.
And if we could communicate, then I'd say you're welcome.
You are the most unique person I've ever met. Do you know that?
I'll take that as a compliment.
You don't lose any sleep over this pandemic, do you?
I don't lose sleep over anything.
That's for sure. Yeah, you never have. Even as a small child, you were fearless. You're a lot like your mother that way. She was pretty bold as well. Now, I, on the other hand, was always much more cautious, very sensible, I think.
I know.
But not you.
Life's to be enjoyed, and that's what I've always thought, and that's why I live it on the edge. The question is, why don't you?
Well, perhaps because, I value it more. As you know, I was ill when I was younger. I spent a lot of time in sickbed.
When you were in the hospital?
Mm-hmm. When I was just in grade school. Not that I saw much of my classroom.
Well, what was it that you had?
They never really knew for sure. Some kind of infection. It's a very bad one. I was in the hospital for 6 months. For a while there, they didn't think I was going to make it.
That must have been terrible. What was it like?
It was surreal. There were times when nothing made sense. Faces and forms swirled in and out of focus. I still don't understand who or what they were. Medical staff, I guess. I don't know. I was out of it most of the time. I'm just glad that you never had to go through that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, let alone the person I love more than anyone else on the planet.
I'm back at you the same, Dad.
Okay. So if I seem somewhat overprotective, well, it's because I am. I don't mean to be bossy. I just can't help it. You're my little girl. And I have to look after you. All right?
Not so little. I'm 20 now and ready for university.
Oh, finally. And therein lies the danger.
Meaning?
Meaning that a university is a school, and schools are a breeding ground for disease. God, the other students will be hacking and coughing and spewing germs all over the place. Between the contagion and all the saliva, it's a dangerous place. Walking the halls alone, God, it's like running a snot gauntlet. So I want to make sure you're prepared for anything. COVID-19 is not to be sneezed at. No pun intended.
Don't worry. I'll be fine. Last year, I backpacked through Europe alone. I think I can handle university.
And you will remember that you are there to study, right?
As opposed to what?
As opposed to running after any old weirdo that catches your fancy.
You mean boys?
I mean, men. Oh, come on, you must admit, your taste has always been somewhat eclectic.
And Mom would be proud of me. I've already learned a lot. Businessmen and accountants are dreary. Jocks and musicians are self-absorbed, and academics bore me to tears. No, I prefer a man of mystery. Give me a poet or a philosopher. I don't want someone who claims they know everything already. I want someone who is still searching for the answers.
And I have no doubt you'll find one. And he will be a very lucky man. All right, now take that with you, finish your packing, and get all the bags in the car. We will have one last lunch together before I drop you off at the university. Oh man, I can't wait to have this place all to myself again.
Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna miss you too.
What the hell? How did you get in here? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Is this coffee?
Yeah, it's coffee. Now, do you want to tell me what you're doing in my house? Who are you?
I don't like it. The taste. Do you drink this every day?
Get the hell out of here. Oh. How did you do that? What's happening to me?
Don't panic. Don't panic. You'll be functioning again in a few seconds. Just take deep breaths in and out slowly. There. That's better. Your colors are turning to what you would consider normal.
What are you doing in my house?
I'm here to pay you a visit.
A visit?
Yes, I have many questions, and you are someone who may be able to explain them to me.
Really? Well, I have some questions too, like how did you get into my house? It's locked.
Oh, your locks are useless against me. I can go anywhere I want at any time. But I assure you, I mean you no harm. I'm not on my usual mission today. If I were, you'd already be infected, but you're safe from that today.
Whoa, how do I know that? How do I know you're safe? God, you're not even wearing a mask. Oh God, you could be a COVID spreader. Are you one of those COVID deniers?
Me? A COVID denier? No, I assure you, my friend, I am not a COVID denier. I know that COVID exists. I know that more than anyone. In fact, I know everything about it. Everything.
What are you talking about? You couldn't possibly. No one knows everything about it.
I do.
All right, how?
It's simple. I know because I am COVID-19 in the flesh.
Okay, you're nuts. That's what you are. Get out of my house before I call the police.
I'm not here to harm anyone. I merely want information. It takes me a lot of energy to maintain this form, but I must remain like this for as long as I can. It's the only way I can converse with you.
And you're here just to talk.
Yes.
What, and you want answers? What, from me? What answers could I possibly give you? If you are what you say you are, then you'll have been around forever and seen everything. What could I add?
Yes, it is true that I am very old. I have existed for a score of millennia. And over the years, mankind has met me and my brothers and sisters, leaving you with countless plagues and infirmities, deadly contagion, and vile diseases. And while they were happy just to do their work and take you away by the hundreds of thousands, I have always been much more curious. I wanted to know you mortals and to study you closely. And one whom I studied was you. I visited you in your youth when you were touched with a contagion, and I held you in my arms and decided that you weren't ready to leave just yet. So I let you recover.
Wait, that was you that I saw when I was in the hospital? I thought I was delirious.
You were.
Huh. Then I owe you my life.
Yes. And that is why I have come to visit you. We have a past connection. And in return, I want you to help me.
Okay, how?
I am no longer happy in my work. I want something more. I was passing here when I felt a stirring that I hadn't felt before, a tugging of a kindred spirit of sorts, a great soul of some form. And I don't know who or what it was, but it was kind and understanding, and I was drawn toward it. And at first I thought that perhaps it was you, but I no longer think that. It is a great mystery, but one for another day. Today, I have a question that must be answered immediately.
Okay, and what is your question?
Why do you fear me?
Don't you know?
Never having been mortal, how can I?
Well, it's difficult to put into words.
Right.
All right, if you insist.
I do.
We fear you because you represent the end.
But you know the end is coming. Why do you fear it?
Why? Because we are flawed and selfish. We want as much as we can get, and we want to keep it forever.
Even when you know you can't.
Even when we know we can't.
Well, I knew you were flawed, but this is even worse than I could have imagined. This is disappointing. Are all you mortals this deficient?
Well, most of us. But we do have many good qualities too.
Such as?
Such as our ability to share things that we value, kindness and friendship, and the most valuable thing of all, love.
Love. What is that?
It's our greatest gift. The thing that makes us complete.
But what is it?
It's a very special feeling. You have to experience it to understand us.
Describe it.
It's not easily described. I mean, throughout our time, our greatest poets and writers have tried to express it. It's something we all hope for, the greatest treasure we could ever share.
You share this love.
Yes.
With whom?
With one you feel most matched with.
And how do you know who it is?
You just do. How it works is a mystery. But when it does, you'll know it.
One with whom you feel matched with.
Yes.
And it makes you feel pleasant.
Oh, ecstatic. Your reason for being alive.
Yes, that is what I want.
Okay, all right. But let me warn you, If you lose that love, it'll make you feel worse than you have ever felt in your life.
It can do both of these things.
Mhm. And often does.
Mortals are more complicated than I realized.
Yeah, we can be, yes.
And yet, you still strive for this love.
Until our dying breath.
And that is what I'm searching for. Someone all-powerful and encompassing. Someone I can share this mortal life with. That is what I seek. Not unlike that feeling that drew me here. I want that feeling, and I want it now. Arrange it for me. How long will it take?
How long? Well, there's no way of knowing. It takes time. I can't just make it happen.
But you must.
Okay. How long do you have?
My time here is brief. One of your days? Will that be enough?
I don't know. Sometimes it happens instantly, at first sight. Sometimes it takes years, and there are times when it doesn't happen at all. But God, if you're only here for a day, the chances are very, very slim.
Then my experiment is over before it even began. I was hoping to learn so much.
I am sorry.
Don't apologize, my friend. Your abilities are limited. You did what you could.
I mean, I wish I could help you. I really do. So, what happens now?
Now I return to what I was. This is there's a new wave coming, and I must contribute.
You're going to continue to infect?
Of course. It is what I do. Believe me, there's nothing personal in it. Be you king or beggar, you're all the same to me.
And nothing can stop you?
No, not once I return. However,
What?
if I were to find this love, then I could never return and would never infect another soul. However, as you say, the chances are minuscule.
And yet, if someone were to love you in return, wow, that would save thousands of lives.
Millions of lives.
And that person
Would remain uninfected.
And you?
I would remain immortal for a normal lifespan.
Huh. And then if you die?
I die, and I go where you go when you die. But I fear that will never happen. And so I bid you adieu.
No. Not yet. Yeah. I believe there is hope for you. I believe you were attracted to this house for a reason. And that was not just to speak with me.
If not, then for what purpose?
You were brought here so I could introduce you to the all-powerful and the encompassing, to put some mystery into your life. Huh. Stella? Could you come out here, please? There's someone I would like you to meet. Someone very special. Stella, this is an old friend of mine from many years ago. He is his name is Covington. Who he is and what he does is a mystery for you to solve. A mystery that may take a lifetime.
A mystery. Excellent. I enjoy mysteries. It is a pleasure to meet you, Covington.
And it is a pleasure to meet you, Stella. I have long been waiting for someone like you, someone to show me the meaning of life, someone to join me in my masquerade.